Hello, and I was going to bring my laptop and I wanted to share this over to my page and I forgot. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on and talk about perhaps a problem that I have at the moment. And it is all around the topic of becoming a jack of all trades. Have you ever heard of that saying, guys? Becoming a jack of all trades and a master of none? Okay, I'm not sure that would be a very good thing to do. Hello as you're jumping on, and say hello. So being a jack of all trades and a master of none, I think that is the usual saying. And if you've ever heard that saying, you probably have heard it. I know that it very much exists here in Australia anyway. However, I decided that that's just a belief and maybe a limiting belief. So what I heard someone say that I decided to adopt instead is how to become a jack of all trades and a master of one. Okay, so that means that if you can learn the art of being spectacular at one thing, and I'm going to share what I'm spectacular at and what I'm not so spectacular at. And do you know that I was actually going to title this live stream How to Win Friends and Influence People, or wait for it because that's a book, How to Lose Friends and Infuriate People. And I'm not joking, I've actually got a book in my library that is for that one as well. And I guess it's, this is what it's all about. When you pour cordial into a cup, if you drink the cordial straight, would you agree, you guys, that drinking down straight cordial would be really strong? In fact, it would be so strong, it would be sickly sweet. Now, the fact is, if you water it down, okay, if you water it down, the more water you pour on top of that cordial, the more weaker it's going to become, and it's going to become weaker and weaker and weaker. Now, if you pretend or you imagine that you've got a bucket and you put cordial on the bottom and you fill that entire bucket up with water, then you've just watered down that cordial to nothing. Now, here is my point. My point is how to become a master at one thing. Now, I've been listening to a guy named Eben Pagan. I know that's a very unusual name. And he is an absolute artist at how to become an online entrepreneur. And he found that his biggest weakness, one of his weaknesses, was that he didn't feel like he could get the relationship that he wanted. He couldn't seem to get the girl that he wanted, and he really battled having that kind of magnetism. So what he did, guys, is he kind of went out there and he looked at guys who were the alpha males that seemed to draw people like a magnet, and he noticed what it was that they actually had. And I think presence is definitely like present, me being present here with you right now, me being right here with you and feeling present in the moment, not me feeling anxious about what I'm going to say to you, which is normal, because usually when I jump on a live stream, I'll go, oh, I wonder if anybody's going to watch. Oh my gosh, I wonder if anybody's going to actually like me. Because, innately, guys, hi Belinda, how you going? And to our wonderful leader, Belinda Byfield, I bet you're excited about our Elite Diamond coming out. It is so exciting. So, yes. So we're talking about mastering one thing. And I know Belinda is a master of I'm not going to say she's a master of many things, because then I would be actually going against what I'm saying. But I know that she's very masterful in an area. And I know everybody is actually got an area in their life they're really, really, really good at. So the beauty of working with someone like Belinda, now that she's on here, I'll use this as an example, is that she has a special gift that I don't have. And I know you have a special gift too. And don't tell me you don't have a gift, because you do have a gift. Everybody has a gift within them. It's just that so many of us are going, oh, I'm not good at that. Or they're comparing themselves with other people. Or they're going, why can't I do that like that person? Or why can't I be like that person? And you know, DeMartini has a saying around that. And it's called, envy is ignorance and comparison is suicide. And the reason is because, you know, when you're envying and you're ignorant to the downfalls that person has got, you may see something in them that you want and you wished you had it, but you're ignorant about the fact they're a human being, just like you and I, right? So, you know, rather than feeling like comparing yourself, or rather than being envious when, you know, everybody has their issues, everybody has, I mean, I have weaknesses, I have big struggles around jumping on a live stream. I know you might find that very, very hard to believe, but you know, the innate thing we all have, guys, is the want and need to be loved, and the fear of being rejected. You know, that is just so prevalent. Now, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. I know people who are in an industry of, you know, they might be selling motorbikes, you know, they might be selling cars. Now, you know, they can bring their gift. They can bring their gift into that may be completely different. They may have a flair of loving, helping people, and loving being a hands-on person, and actually being demonstrative in showing them how to do things. If they bring their gift into whatever work they're doing, they're going to explode. You know, systems are so very important, and Eben Pagan talks about, you know, systems being number one. If you can get a system which is like a roadmap, you know, and I was reading this in a book today. Hello, Jude. Hello, Kate. Hello, everyone, as you're jumping on. So great to see you all. We're talking about mastering your gift, okay? And whatever it is, and I haven't even talked about mine yet. Do you notice how I do that? Do you notice how I always avoid talking about my own personal weaknesses? Okay, there is my weakness. My weakness is talking about my weaknesses. So can I talk to you about my strengths? I'll talk to you about my strengths, and we'll talk about my weaknesses some other year. Okay, so my strength, I was thinking about this morning as Eben Pagan was saying, be a master of one, know what it is that you've got. Eben, to finish my story about him, had that weakness of, you know, not being able to find a relationship or connect. He ended up studying people who were really dynamic, really natural. He looked at them, assessed them. It became his strength, right? It became his thing where the very thing in his life that wasn't working became his all of mastery. He wrote a book. He became an authority on it. He's a guru. He knows how to, you know, make money. He understands that you've got to have systems. And that leads me to saying that mastering, once you master and you know your gift, then create a system. This is something, that is my weakness, okay? My weakness has been systems and lack of. And also my weakness has been about talking about my weaknesses. My strength is absolutely 100% rock solid, being able to get people out of hot water, being able to actually, you know, take a person who knows inside them that there is something that is so much bigger and better, and they just can't release it. They're sort of like shrinking, like a shrinking violet. They're kind of like, oh, I can't do that, or, you know, I can't charge that, or, you know, what right have I got to do that? And, you know, and they may have even had that many struggles in their life. They may have come from the most deprived background. They may have had a great background, but they may have had terrible circumstances. I'm that chick that is able to take the person who has had the limitations of not being able to move into their success because of their fear of failure and because of their limiting beliefs of life experiences that held them back. Why? Why am I an authority on that? Why am I so damn freaking good at that? Because I had some massive events that happened in my life when, you know, and I know the day, I know the hour, I know it like it was yesterday when I stood up in my first class of NLP, and my teacher, his name's Daryl, I'm going to acknowledge Daryl because he's been one of my teachers. He was actually the first actual one. I don't know whether you'll ever watch this, Daryl, but anyway, I said your name, so thank you. So basically, he asked somebody to stand up who has got 3 significant emotional events, okay? I knew I had 3. He helped us find them. And, you know, what happened was he got me to stand up, and it's like it's yesterday. He got me to track the 3 events. One of them was at the age of 8. Okay, that's a really, really pertinent age. The other one was at the age of 16, and the other one was the recent one prior to me actually coming into that course at a very low ebb in 2005, 2006. So I had my 3 emotional events, and I swear to you, he raised up my vibration. He got me to flick channels for a moment through NLP so I could fire up my engines and know my gift, recognize my gift, even if I didn't know it was a gift. And it was a gift of talking to people. It was a gift of connecting with people. It was a gift of the gab, you know, dubbed chatterbox, dubbed gun throat, dubbed all sorts of things. But really, at the end of the day, I will say I always had the gift of the gab. I just didn't know that was a gift. And, you know, basically what we did was we found my inner confidence, we found my inner spark, we found my certainty because I didn't have any at that stage. And then what we did was we went back and we wiped out those 3 significant emotional events, and it was like tap, 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 bang, boom, wham, and it was dynamic. It was like it had this domino effect where it collapsed all of these limiting beliefs that I actually held around those events. It collapsed the energy of that emotional imprint that had been lodged into my nervous system for years and years, and it totally lost its power. Now, guys, I remember that like yesterday. That has become my gift. My gift, my greatest mastery is in helping people to actually release themselves from the past. And what I'm telling you guys is like Eben Pagan, like Anthony Robbins, like Richard Branson, and these guys are my pretend mentors, you know, like counselors that I have in my mind. You know, I was able to release them and let it go. And like all those dudes that are now today upstanding people with so much power, so much gifts to offer the world, and so much mastery, what it is their weaknesses have become their strengths. Now, I would like you to think about that for a moment. What is your weakness? Hello there, Mike. Did you know that whatever it is, now there is only one catch to this, and then I'm going to close down. The catch is that you must overcome it. You must overcome, like I overcame those events that had linked into my emotional nervous system. once I was able to, pull the wall from, it was like a weight-bearing wall that holds up a roof, collapsing all of the others, dissolving it, that is where the magic happens. That is where I was able to become NLP Queen. That is where I'm going to, actually, I have got a book on the step-by-step program. I am in the midst of finishing the book. It's going to be $5.60. Oh my gosh, $5.60? No, not $560. Not that any book's ever $560, but this is actually powerful NLP techniques that actually help you manifest and help you release. And I will be actually having them as an introductory at $5.60. So if you want one, if you want a copy of my unedited version, let me know, because unedited, the cost is just $3 because it's not edited. That means that you have to put up with my punctuation errors and know that you can actually make change through the knowledge of what I've just talked to you about. Become a master. Know that your strengths are quite often your weaknesses. Make that your mastery. Know your gift. Focus, be laser focused. Know that the map is not the territory, and you need a map and a system to have the right outcome of where you're going to go. Guys, if you do that, you're going to be absolutely unstoppable. I wonder if you would like a copy unedited for $3 or finished at $5.60. Drop it down in the comments. Also, I am inviting you that if you would like to know more about what I do, if you'd like to have a free breakthrough call with me, drop a 7. I did approach someone on this live stream, which is something I don't usually do because most of my clients come referred. And I approached someone on this live stream, I'm not going to mention any names, and because I invited that person to look at their mastery and becoming a master in perhaps coaching, training, and doing the kind of work that I do. Anyway, that's it from me. Remember, if you want a copy of my book, I know that I probably haven't really offered it very well because I should have mentioned it at the beginning. Instead, I've waited to the end, and some of you don't have time to watch all this to the end. So I hope if that's you, you drop it down in the comments if you want that copy at just $3 unedited. And I will look forward to coming to you again soon. And love you all heaps. And remember, guys, you have a magic gift. You can turn your biggest weakness, it doesn't matter whether it's health issues, relationship issues, money issues, whatever issues it is, make it your mastery, rock it out, become unstoppable. And remember, guys, results count.